tokosagiyo yawa penjo tokosagiyo yawa gimicha moe mari ni gimodo kidikige gimicha moe mari ni gimodo kidikige gimicha moe mari ni gimodo kidikige If I say inner, I want you to say outer. I say inner. I say inner. If I say, can I tell you a story? I want you to say, get on with it. Can I tell you a story? Can I tell you a story? Oh, I can't hear you. Look, if I say, can I tell you a story? I want you to say, get on with it. Can I tell you a story? If I say, are you ready for a story? I want you to say, get on with it. Are you ready for a story? I say inner. Say outer. I say inner. I say inner. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? Somebody shout. Throw a napkin at me. Throw your wallet at me. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? Can I tell you a story, my brother? Are you ready for a story, my sister? I say inner. I say inner. Can I tell you a story? Once upon a time, hapo zamani za kale, chon gilala au oluatuka, there lived a group of people known as the Baganda men and women. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? Oh, the Baganda men and women were very proud men and women because they believed all wisdom under the surface of the earth was given to them by Katonda. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? Oh, the Baganda women, they walked with so much pride because they believed all wisdom under the surface of the earth was given to them by God. So wherever every Baganda man and woman walked, they walked with their heads up in the air, their chins up in the air, their chest up in the air, because they believe all wisdom under the earth was given to them by Katonda. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? I say Ina. I say Ina. Oh, can I tell you a story, my sister? They were so proud because they believed they had all the wisdom. But of all the Baganda men and women, there was a king, Kabaka the 11th, who was believed to be the wisest man. His name was Suuna Kisolo the first. When Suuna was born, they put dirt in his mouth. They put honey in his mouth to remind him of how sweet life is. The same token, they also put bile and bitter roots to remind him that life is also difficult. In life, you will experience sweetness. In life, you will experience bitterness. Can I tell you a story? Oh, are you ready for a story? I say, Ina. I say, Ina. Can I tell you a story? When this young man became the 11th king, the 11th Kabaka, he wanted to be the wisest Kabaka who ever lived. People came from east, west, and south to consult with him to see how wise Kabaka Suuna Kisolo was. Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, he was so wise. No matter any question you ask him, he had the answer. Can I tell you a story, my brother? Are you ready for a story? He was so wise, there was no question you could ask Kabaka Suuna Kisolo that he could not answer. If you ask him, Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, how long does it take the sun to rise from the east and set in the west? He knew the answer. If you ask Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, how many teeth are there in the mouth of the most ferocious crocodile? He had the answer. If you ask Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, how long does it take a grain of maize to germinate up from the time it's planted till harvest time? He had the answer. If you ask Suuna Kisolo, how many strands of hair do I have from the bottom of my foot till the crown of my head? He had the answer. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? If you ask Suuna Kisolo, how many wigs does Donald Trump have? He knew the answer. That's how wise this Kabaka was. People tried to test him to see if he was really the wisest man. Can I tell you a story? Are you ready for a story? They came to him with difficult questions. They wanted to test him, to prove him wrong, to prove that he was not the wisest man, to prove that he was just ordinary, to prove that he was just a Swatarwanya. Can I tell you a story? Oh, are you ready for a story? One day, two teenage boy and girl, Nalongo and Salongo, they came to tempt the king. They came to tempt the king. Two teenage boy and girl. They thought, how do we trick the king? How do we make the king look silly? How do we make the king look ordinary? How do we make the king look like a Swatarwanya? They thought long and hard and came up with what they thought was a brilliant idea. Can I tell you a story? Oh, are you ready for a story? I say, Ina! Oh, they said, we are going to catch a butterfly and we are going to put the butterfly in the palms of our hand and go to Kabaka at the palace in front of everybody and ask the Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, if you think you're the wisest man, tell us, is this butterfly dead or alive? Catch a butterfly, put the butterfly in the palms of their hand and go to the palace in front of everybody and say, Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, if you think you're the wisest man, tell us this day, is this butterfly dead or alive? And if Kabaka says the butterfly is alive, all they have to do is crush the butterfly and show a dead butterfly. If Kabaka says the butterfly is dead, all they have to do is open their hands and let the butterfly fly away. Catch a butterfly, put the butterfly in the palms of their hand and ask Kabaka Suuna, hey, if you think you're the wisest Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, tell us, is this butterfly dead or alive? If he says the butterfly is dead, they open the palms of their hand and let the butterfly fly away. If he says the butterfly is alive, they crush the butterfly and show a dead butterfly. No matter what the king was going to answer, he was going to be wrong. Catch a butterfly, put in the palms of their hand and say, Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, if you think you're the wisest Kabaka, is this butterfly dead or alive? If he says dead, they let the butterfly fly away. If he says the butterfly is alive, they crush it and show a dead butterfly. No matter what answer the king gave, he was going to be wrong. Can I tell you a story, my sisters? Are you ready for a story, my brother? Are you ready for a story? I say, Ina! Oh, you're not ready for this story. Are you ready for a story? Are you ready for this story? So they went to the palace in front of everybody. The king was seated on the throne. Kabaka the 11th, Suuna Kisolo. And they pushed their way to the front. They pushed and went before the king and said, King Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, if you think you're the wisest man, tell us, is this butterfly dead or alive? Kabaka kept quiet. They looked at him. Hey! If you think you're the wisest man, is this butterfly dead or alive? Tell us. Dead or alive? Dead or alive? Dead or alive? Tell us, dead or alive? Dead or alive? Dead or alive? Dead or alive? Tell us. Dead or alive? Dead or alive? Kabaka Suuna Kisolo, he kept quiet. And he broke into a song. Owe sabio na yawe, katonda soifu. Owe sabio na yawe, katonda soifu. Niwe ngene no sugure, katonda soifu. Niwe ngene no sugure, katonda soifu yawe. Niwe ngene no sugure, niwe ngene no sugure, katonda soifu. Owe sabio na yawe, katonda soifu. Niwe ngene no sugure, katonda soifu. Niwe ngene no sugure, katonda soifu yawe. He looked at Salongo and Ndongo. And he said, the answer you're looking for, is in the palms of your hand. You determine the answer. The answer is in the palms of your hand. The answer is in the palms of your hand. And he scolded Salongo and Ndongo and said, for how long shall you make a mockery of wisdom? For how long shall you make a mockery of wisdom? Wisdom is always in the palms of your hand. You decide to use wisdom, or you decide to let wisdom flourish, or you can crush wisdom. But wisdom will always be in the palms of your hand. Wisdom is so close to you, it's in the palms of your hand. You choose to use wisdom or to crush wisdom. You choose to use wisdom or to let it flourish. You choose to use wisdom or to crush it. The answer is in the palms of your hands. And that's why today, he is still known as the wisest man who ever lived. Suuna Kisolo. Gimicha muemari nigimodo nkirikigen. 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 Gimicha muemari nigimodo nkirikigen.